Aquarius, this is your reading for 2017. These are the universal energies for you for 2017. I'm going to be doing an astrological wheel spread, which is a very interesting spread, using the Albano White Tarot deck, followed by the Goddess Oracle by Amy Sophia Marashinsky, which is a beautiful deck of oracle cards to crown the reading and crown the whole year for you. I've laid these out in the astrological wheel spread in each house. I'm going to explain what the houses are, and also each position I'll be interpreting also for the month-to-month vibration as well. So the first house here is all about the self. So I'm going to start where this little rock is, and I'm going to go in an anti-clockwise direction, starting with the first house. This house represents, or position represents, the self, the personal self, how you come across to people, your personality. And generally this is sort of where you are. This is where what's sitting on top of your head, this particular position or house. The card we have in this position for you is the Nine of Cups, and the Nine of Cups is the wish card. So how I'm going to interpret that for you is that you're going to start off basically and have the whole year, and also for January. I'll get to January in a second. But you're going to feel like you're going to be able to manifest your wishes this year. This year for you is going to feel to you like it's a very lucky year. People are going to look at you like you are a very lucky person. You're going to be joyous. You're going to feel like you're really sitting in a great position, and you have a lot of abundance in your heart and soul this year, Aquarius. So that's what I feel for you through this card for the first house position in the astrological wheel. If I'm looking at this as January, the first month of the year, I do feel that you're going to be trying to really focus on your wishes, manifesting your wishes and putting your wishes into action. It could be also the wishes for you for your new year resolution wishes too. So that's really exciting. So for the second house, Aquarius, we have this card here in the position of the second house. The second house is all about self-worth, self-value, money, property, and finances. So you've got the Seven of Wands here. So the Seven of Wands means that basically you're trying to keep on top of a situation with finances, money. It seems like you might be battling adversaries. So if you're trying to work a deal or get a better deal or keep on top of a situation regarding finances, then you're very much doing that. You might see that there's competition around you. To do with self-worth and self-value, it seems like you're really striving to improve your self-esteem and self-worth and value this year. If I look at this card as being the second month of February, and happy birthday, Aquarius, this is a month where you might feel that things are really trying to get on top of you, but you are staying still on top of the situation. You're staying very stable. You've got your legs firmly planted on the ground. It's almost like you're on a ship that's a little rocky or something, and you're trying to keep things on an even keel. But I do feel you might receive a bit of competition this month of February. You might feel like there's a lot going on, but you're trying to keep everything in check, but you might just try to do that, and I do feel you will succeed in doing that. Looking at the third position here, the third house, which is the house of communication, neighbors and siblings, we have the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is all about money, property, family money, old money as well. And if I'm looking at this card, it could be that maybe some of your siblings or one of your siblings is being generous towards you this month or this year in general. It could also be that through your art of communication, whatever you do professionally for communicating, you're reaping a financial reward through that. It could be also communicating with past relatives, traditions, people in your past, like heritage. You could be looking into your family tree or tracing family history in some way. That could be a theme for this year. This card also rules inheritances and properties. So it's in the communication zone, the neighbor zone and the friend zone, the neighbor zone and the sibling zone. So maybe through one of your siblings or neighbors, they might even leave you some money in their will, or give you some sort of finances or a legacy of some description. They could be gifting you some money. So for some of you that might be valid. They could even be giving you their dog too, because we've got a couple of beautiful dogs here and they look like pedigrees. They look as if they've been in the family for a long time. So somebody might be writing a pet for you in their will. Could be a neighbour or a sibling, could even be a child. They could be writing a child for you in case anything ever happened to them. And some people do kind of organise their lives in that way. So there's something to do with family, money, traditions, values, inheritances, legacies, and things like that around the area for you of siblings, neighbours, and communication. If I'm looking at this card for the third month of March, then this could all be about some sort of family money coming to you. It could be a legacy, a payout, something coming through the family or something that you've built up. It could be just through the soul family, but it's more likely to be something through your family. So if there is something to acquire or receive or be aware of, then it might be something that you're dealing with that particular month of March. Looking at the fourth house, this is the house of the home, where we come from. It's also where you live. So the fourth house of the home, we have the Six of Pentacles. So the Six of Pentacles is all about giving and sharing, receiving money, giving money, and also this is almost like receiving help and giving help. You might be taking in a couple of people in your home this year. You could be allowing some people to stay with you. You could be extending your generosity to somebody who might need a home, need somewhere to stay. So you might have people around you in the home that need help, and they might be there also to help you in some way as well. It could be a financial exchange. You might take on some renters or some boarders or people who, or some tenants of some description. So that's an interesting type of thing around the home. This scale is also jumping out at me, and the scale is all about justice and also the law and legal contracts. So it could be if you are waiting for the sale of a home to come through, you could very well sell the home and receive the finances this year. If the money has been gone into escrow or been put on hold or something like that, you could be getting this money back from real estate property or the house where you live. You could be actually selling a home or even buying a home, but I'm feeling it's more like receiving money for something. So that's what I'm picking up with this card. The month of April is a very good financial month for you. If I'm reading this for April, it's also a month where you might be receiving some sort of payout for a bonus that you've done in the past, or a pay rise, promotion, that type of thing. So that's really nice. That's April as well as the fourth house. Looking at the fifth house here, we have the fifth house is all about dating, romance, creative pursuits, creative self-expression. So if we look at this card here, which is the Eight of Pentacles for the fifth house, it's a sort of a working card. It's a card where you're really striving for something, working for something. So you could be very well working on your creative projects. This is also the craftsman. He's got his hammer and chisel there. He's chiseling out or crafting out his wares. So whatever creative thing that you're developing or you're working on, it could be electronic, it could be something artistic, it could be anything at all that you're working on that's your creative desire and your creative talent. You're really going to be working hard on that this year. You could also be working hard on romance and dating. If you are single and looking for relationship, you could be putting a lot of energy into your dating game this year and energy into the romance of whoever it is that you are dating. You could also be spending money to be dating more, whether it's joining an online website, investing in a matchmaker, buying new clothes, new makeup, new products, taking new photographs. It could be just a whole culmination of things, spending more money going out on dates as well. So that's an interesting one for the fifth house. If I'm looking at this as the month of May, then it looks like you're going to be very, very busy in the month of May. you're crafting something, working on something, you're very conscientious for May. It could be just a month where you've got the nose to the grindstone and you're just really crafting out something. So that's interesting. Next one we have is the 6th house. The 6th house is the house of health, day-to-day work, day-to-day life. So the Hanged Man here is an intuitive card. It's a card where you're receiving intelligent guidance, divine guidance. It's often symbolized as the Virgo card, and it's actually in the Virgo house, being the 6th house. So you might get some stimulating new ideas about how you're going to be working more, about your day-to-day life, your hobbies, your interests, your routine. You could be stimulated spiritually around these types of things this year. The Hanged Man is also a little bit of a stalemate. It's almost like he doesn't really want to do much. So you might be going into a situation here, Aquarius, where maybe you don't really want to be doing a lot of work this year. Maybe you want to be resting more and reflecting more and contemplating more. Maybe it's more about relaxation and inspiration than it is in action, drive and work and determination. Sometimes it's good to take just some time out to receive the messages of where it is you want to go and what you want to be doing and how to reconstruct your life. So I do feel there's a lot of awareness here coming around that area of life for you this year. If I look at this as the 6th month of the year, being June, it does feel to me like you might be taking some time out in June and just relaxing, receiving guidance, getting spiritually inspired. You might be going on some sort of spiritual quest. You're receiving messages and guidance from the divine. So the 6 months could be a turning point for you in your life, because you've been there's been a lot of things regarding money coming up until this month. There's money, work, keeping on top of things, boom, boom. So maybe this is the month where you're just going to take some time out to relax, reflect, and just see where you want to go from here. I'm also reading all of the cards upright as well. And if you're not relating to this reading, you might want to check out your moon sign and rising sign for further information and also further guidance as well. Okay. So now we've got for the 7th house, which is the house of relationships, marriages, serious partnerships, and legal contracts. The Ace of Wands symbolizes that you're going to take something really by storm. It's like you're taking things and having new ideas about things and taking new action in anything to do with legal matters, relationships, serious relationships, marriage partners. You might even have the birth of a new marriage this year, birth of a new relationship. If you're currently already married and you've been married for some time, it could be that you and your partner are coming up with some new ideas to do together and new things and projects that you're wanting to do together, which is really great. And it's often very favourable for long-term relationships, because without new projects and things you do together, the relationship can go stale. So it looks like you've got the birth of something new here, whether it's a child, whether it's a project, whether it's something that you're focusing on with your partner, new ideas, new inspiration, and new things that you're going to be taking charge of. Looking at this card as the 7th month of the year, I do feel that after the turning point of June with your Hanged Man card, you're going to be taking off in a totally new direction. So I do feel pivotally that July is a breakthrough month for you regarding something new, a new direction. So that's awesome. Next card is the 8th house, which is all about the subconscious mind, other people's money, inheritances, and also shared finance, shared resources, and the occult. So we've got the World card here. So the World card is all about really coming to a full cycle with something. Also, it can rule international travel. So you might be going internationally to do something regarding esoteric arts or the occult. You might be learning something. You might feel that you've just finished off a big cycle in something to do with the occult or esoteric arts, something about your subconscious mind. It can also rule sexual lovers as well, this position. So the 8th position, the Scorpio house it is. So you might be attracted to somebody international, somebody foreign, and you might even travel to go and see them if you're having some sort of a chemistry or sexual affair with somebody, Aquarius. So that's a little bit of a pizzazz little one for some of you that will relate to. Other than that, I'm feeling shared finances and shared resources, other people's money. It's almost like you've got the world in your hands. You can do what you want to do. It might be that you're in charge of something. You're in charge of other people's money. That you're actually taking charge of something and bringing something, expanding the world into the life of this shared resource. So whatever that means to you will be valid. Looking at this as the 8th month of August, it could be an international travel month for you, a month where you do go overseas. It could be a great month for you to consider going overseas. So after you've had this pinnacle change around, then I feel like it could be time for you to kind of spread your wings and go internationally. It could even be for your work as well. Looking at the ninth house, which is all about higher learning, education, higher education, teaching, being a master of something, a guru, also long distance travel. So it seems to me you've got some really new ideas. The Ace of Swords is all about brilliant ideas, victory. So it feels to me like you've got victory in anything that you're studying or anything in the higher learning realm. Could even be teaching as well, devising some sort of like program to assist people in whatever craft or art or esoteric dimension that you're working with, or even just professionally. So this is about victory in those areas. Could also be that finally your travel plans are coming to fruition, that you are able to do them, that you've got victory around those as well. And I'm picking up something with England here because I've got the crowns jumping out at me here. So you might be going to the United Kingdom, you might be going to London. It's something around the royal family, and I do feel it's connected closely to the UK. So you might be planning on going there as part of your trip or part of your program or whatever it is that you're doing. If you're doing workshops or something like that, then you might be wanting to consider going to the UK as well if you're not already there. Looking at this as the 9th month of September, we've got victory for the 9th month of September, Ace of Swords, new ideas, feeling brilliant about something, feeling like you've got brilliance around a certain idea that's just taking off, and you've got a lot of success that will be coming from this brilliant idea and victory from it as well. Okay, so now we're looking at the 10th house. The 10th house is all about long-term career, higher purpose, where you're going in this lifetime. The High Priestess is all about, she's often, the future is yet unrevealed. That's her key phrase. And she often keeps secrets. So sometimes we don't know exactly where we're going in this lifetime. Sometimes we don't know where exactly our higher career or long-term career or higher purpose is. Sometimes we need to tune into it to work it out. And sometimes it's just too soon to be able to tell. At times, Aquarius, it might be like you just want to feel things out and just go with the flow and see where it leads you. You might not need to know right now. If you are working in the esoteric arts, it could be very well that you are the High Priestess, whether you're male or female, and you're there to teach and guide others and inspire others through your esoteric arts and creativity, or through your intuition. If I'm looking at this card as being the 10th month of October, then October is all about just waiting and sitting things out and tuning into the universe and to watch for the signs and symbols. And just really focus on just sitting in the gap, sitting in the unknown, waiting for things to be revealed to you. Looking at the 11th house of friendships, and this is your house, Aquarius, the 11th house of friendships and also acquaintances. You've got a lot of celebrations, a lot of friends coming in, celebrations, fun things coming up with them. Really, really, really fabulous things going on with your friends this year, rejoicing, celebrating, going to lots of parties, getting involved in group activities. So I would not be surprised, Aquarius, if you've got lots of social activities going on with a lot of people this year. If I'm looking at this as the 11th month of the year, November, Then we have rejoice, celebration, and maybe you're going to a wedding or an anniversary or a birthday party, or celebrating or rejoicing some sort of achievement or something that's come through for you. That's great. Looking at the 12th house, which is we've got the Fool card. The 12th house is all about the subconscious mind, spirituality, the past. The Fool represents 0, so it represents maybe starting afresh. It represents possibly letting go of the past, maybe starting afresh in all of the things that you're looking at with spirituality, with your life, with the past, putting the past to rest, letting go of things in your subconscious mind that might have been holding you back from achieving what you want to do and going on your adventure. You could even be going on past life regression adventures with this. This is very much the adventurous card, the stepping into the unknown, delving deep but into the unknown. It's kind of a light and breezy card, so it's not a heavy card at all. It's sort of like starting off from scratch and delving maybe into your subconscious mind, into the unknown, past lives, past life regression, and maybe just forgetting completely about anything in the past that's been, keep holding you back, keeping you back from where it is that you'd like to go. I just feel this is a full circle type of time for you, Aquarius. Looking at the 12th house, we've got the 12th month of the year, December. It could very well be the Fool. You're stepping into the unknown. There's new things going on around you. You don't know where they're going to lead. You're going to step off the precipice and go into the unknown. Adventure is in store. Travel is also possibly in store for you as well. Embarking on a new journey, embarking on a new venture with a very joyous spirit and holding a flower in your hand that is a symbol of innocence. This white flower, a symbol of innocence. So that's nice for December. Now let's have a look at this Goddess Oracle card. Let's see what we've got here. Ishel, pronounced Ishel, creativity. Very, very nice. Very, very nice card to have for you. This is an overview for the energies for 2017. Creativity. Ishel, I weave strings of energy into the web of creation, where nothing was before, out of the void, into the world, I spin them into existence. Out from my mind, out from my body, out from my awareness of what needs to be. Now there is something new, and all life is nourished. Ishel was worshipped by the Maya of the Yucatan Peninsula in Cozumel, her sacred island, the moon snake goddess. She helps assure fertility by holding the sacred womb jar upside down so that the waters of creation can be ever flowing. Ishel also presides over weaving magic, health, healing, sexuality, water, and childbirth. Isn't she beautiful? The dragonfly is her special animal. When she was almost killed by her grandfather for becoming the sun's lover, the dragonfly sang over her until she was all well. The meaning of the card. Ishel has woven herself into your life to tell you it is time to express creativity. It is time to stoke the fire, time to let your creative energy flow, create, be daring, but also be responsible and conscious. Whether your creations are works of art or works of the flesh, as in children, creativity nurtures, creativity reweaves the tears of our vitality. Creativity heals. It is our birthright that our lifeblood, it makes us healthy and happy. We women have the ability to create. We give birth. So from time to time, make the time, create the time to be creative. Beat that drum, use those paints, make that pottery, put up those dancing shoes, put on those dancing shoes, write those novels, explore your sexuality, rejoice in your own creativity. Create in the way that is appropriate for you. Let nothing stop you. Do you feel blocked creatively because you aren't as good as somebody else? Do the kids, your partner, your family, your job keep you from being creative? Stop using your creativity to find reasons not to create. Ishel says wholeness is nurtured when you open to your creativity and live it. So with that, I wish you a fabulous 2017 moving forward, Aquarius. Lots of love and angel blessings, and subscribe to my channel to receive updates of when I sporadically do publish new videos. Thank you. Ciao for now.